This is an educational example based on my personal approach. Results vary widely, and nothing here guarantees profit or future performance.
Hello and welcome to the Trading with Ashley show. I hope you had a wonderful trading week. We had an amazing week within the community. So much fun. I personally closed out over $30,000 in premium. Now, these are trades that were just opened in July. So, July has been a wonderful month for the vast majority of the individuals that were working with me in the TWA community. Another thing, we got all of our leaps established, our initial leaps on the queues because it hit a critical number for us. You probably watched some of my videos and you know what that number is. And we will be adding to those positions in two unique circumstances. So I had a strategy session with our members this week and we went over how we will add to those positions. But for those of you that aren't in my community and you want to better understand how you can create income from using stocks you already own, I am going to refer back to a video I did just about 9 days ago. And I was looking at creating income on selling puts. Well, if you happen to take those trades, more than likely on those 5 different stocks that I went over, you were assigned on 4 of them. 3 of them are in great profit. A fourth one is not doing so great. So I have a potential trade or option for that particular stock. But I wanted to show you what would happen if we then turned around at where we are right now after those assignments and started selling covered calls expiring next week. What would that look like on the call away? I think the information you're about to see is going to be very eye-opening. I think it will help you not fear assignment so much. I have all the data to show you so that you can follow along if you're trying to better understand how this works. Back to the video that I am going to be looking at, I was only wanting to use Mag 7 stocks because if you're going to do this in retirement, there is room for speculative trades in your portfolio, but I want to be very conservative because if you are doing this and creating income, you have to ensure that you have solid companies where the buyers are going to show up. The first one was NVIDIA. Let's take a look at how it fared.
Here's NVIDIA. Now, if you remember from my previous video, we had selected the $200 strike, and we actually would have been assigned. That's on 7/29, and it ended the day at 191. So we would have had to sit on a loss for about a week until things perked up a bit. Now, currently, we're sitting at about $200. Let's take a quick peek at the technicals. Here's where NVIDIA is trading right now. In the perfect scenario that I like to sell covered calls, I would want to wait until this RSI, which is currently at 48, is actually closer to 70. That way, I get to enjoy the ride up this Bollinger Band. But if you are more interested in income and you want to rinse and repeat with the same cash, then you might look somewhere right here at around this 50-day moving average. So something at about 205 might be a fair entry if we have a trade that's out 1 week. Let's look at the premium we can get if we were to sell a covered call right here at 205. If you go to next week, 7 days away from the time of recording, 8/7, and you look right here at 205 on the call side, you can see right here you would get $250 for agreeing to give up your shares that you received right here at 200. So you'd have about $500 in appreciation of the stock, and then you would also enjoy a little boost of $250 for agreeing to sell your stock at 205.
Next is Google. Let's look at what happened with Google. Google is amazing because we were able to get in at a point where it was a really beat up stock. And when I was looking at the potential for that stock, I felt like it would be a fair entry. Let's see what happened with Google and what might happen next.
Here's Google. We had sold the 335 put, so more than likely we would have been assigned on Google. It ended the day and then fell a little after hours. So we would have taken assignment at that 335 area, even though it traded a little bit lower after that day ended. Looking at Google technically, we'd be very pleased with ourselves at this point because it's already appreciated so much. It's currently trading at 354 as of close of day. And if you look at that technically, we are 54 on the RSI. So this is telling me we're back in a bullish mode with Google, but there is a long way up. If you see the top of that band is right there at 378. And so if you wanted to go ahead and front run that and get premium, and if you're okay with the call away, since we've had such a nice run in 1 week, then you would want to focus right there closer to the top of the band. Now, the ideal situation, you would actually wait to see if it traded up a little bit closer to the top of the band before you sold your covered call. That'll give you the max amount of premium. But let's look at where it stands today if you were to pull that trigger and Google is at about this price Monday. If you go 1 week out to 8, 7, and you look at the 375 area that's close to the top of the band, then that would pay you $125 a share, so $125, but your appreciation on the stock would be significant because remember, we got the stock at 335, so we'd be giving it away at 375. That's significant appreciation, and that is the best part of the wheel when you catch it at the bottom and you ride that wave all the way up to the top of the band in short order. This would have been a trade that only lasted a few weeks.
Okay, now we are going to move on to Amazon. Let's look at the Amazon trade and see how it fared, and let's see what next steps might be with Amazon.
If we look at Amazon, yes, it looks like we definitely would have been assigned. If you look at where it closed at right here on 729, that was our expiration. It closed at around 232. And remember, we had said we'd buy Amazon for 240. So that would have been an assignment. Let's look at where it is technical. Whoa, Amazon certainly woke up from a long winter snap. This was after great earnings. And if you look right here, 67 was the RSI that I saw at the end of the day. That's very close to 70, and it's popped out of the top of its band. When this happens, there will more than likely be some profit taking. So this would be not a bad spot to go ahead and sell a covered call. In fact, this is the exact setup I look at. I was assigned at one price. It was much lower. I'm going to have a called away much higher. That RSI is close to 70. That way, I feel certain I can get Amazon back lower than the call away. Let's look at the premium that it's going to be paying. If I went out to next week to 8, 7, and I look at the 275, which is right there at the top of the band, it's actually right above the band. Look how much I'll get. I'll get $416 for agreeing to give up shares at 275. Keep in mind, I got these shares at 240, and I was paid premium when I actually sold that put. So I'm making money all around on this quality company.
All been exciting, but we've got 2 more exciting ones to go over. Let's look at Microsoft. Microsoft was one that it looked like it was going to be an assignment, but it changed last minute and there wasn't an assignment. Let me take you into what happened with Microsoft.
Here's Microsoft. Now, this one, I truly wish, after I've seen the price action, that I would have been assigned on this one. It would make up for the next one I'm going to go over with you. But at the end of the day, on a 729, this one expired under my strike. My strike was at 385. It looks like it closed right there, about 393, 394. So I would not have been assigned to this one, but I would have kept the premium. But had I been assigned, then there would be cause for celebration because it's already gone up to 463. That would have been an amazing trade.
Okay, all those seem to have happy endings. Let's look at one that did not go our way. And actually, it was pretty brutal. It's Meta. So we were assigned Meta at the 615 level. We got a little bit of premium, but not enough to make up for the drastic loss if we were to get out of that position right now. Now, we do have a decision to face with Meta. Depending on your cash available, if you're doing what I'm looking at with $250,000, then you have plenty of cash that you're working with that you don't need Meta or the money in Meta to actually trade. If that's the situation you're in, then you might just look at option 1 that I'm going to look at with this trade. But if you need your hands on that cash, if it's just holding too much cash, then cutting your losses is not the end of the world. The way that we trade and look for different setups with quality companies, you could probably make that back in short order. So let's go look at Meta and see what a potential repair strategy or an exit strategy might be.
Here is Meta. So on 727, I had agreed to buy Meta at 615, and it closed below that. It closed at 594. Now, more than likely, what I would have done within the community is I would have rolled this trade out in time. It'd still be a losing trade. Even if I rolled it out, it would just have avoided assignment. So now that I'm assigned, I'm sitting on some losses. Let's look at what options we have now that we're sitting on losses. First, let's look at it technically so that we can get a better understanding of where it might be headed next. Looking at Meta technically, you can see right here on the RSI, it's right there at 37. And it's starting to get to a point where it's oversold, and it did gap down. Now, it doesn't have to follow the rules exactly. Sometimes stocks have a mind of their own, so you're faced with a decision at this point. You could decide to go ahead and just get out of this position completely. I talked a little bit about that. If you were to get out of it now, that would be a loss of around $6,000 because of the assignment. There is something that you may want to do, but it is going to tie up your money a little bit longer. If you want to stay in this trade, you could look at a covered call that goes out further in time and actually gets to your call spaces. Let's take a look at how that might help to repair this trade if we decide to hold it. I would have been assigned Meta at 6:15 if I had not rolled that trade. So if I was assigned at that, I definitely would want to look at least at 6:15. But you have to go out further in time to get any bit of premium. If you look right here, if you go to the end of the year, 12/18/2026, if you sell the 6:15 right here, cover call, you got it at 6:15. If you agree to give it back up at 6:15, you will get $3,552. So that's nice, and that is a lot of money, but you're still not made whole. There's still a loss that you would be taking at this point because we're so far under. So what I would more than likely do in this situation, I would wait until we go a little bit higher, maybe to where we fill that gap. Let's go look at it technically again, and then we're going to get a lot more premium, and it's going to make more sense. Going back to where we were technically, if you see right here, if we go back to at least 580, and ideally we'd get right here at 600 and use that as support. That's the 50-day moving average. If Meta was able to accomplish that, then I would have a lot more confidence selling this because I'd get a lot more premium, especially if I'm going to tie up my trade for a couple of more months. You want to notice potential resistance. So you'll see resistance more than likely right here at 600. There might be some sellers there. But then also this 200-day moving average is right around 630. Now my trade is sandwiched in between all of this right here. You might just sit tight and wait to see if those buyers do step in, especially if we start having more positive momentum in the market. They may see this as a potential deal. And then at that point, you might consider selling that covered call going out to December. It'd give you a lot more premium than what I was showing you at 3,500, and it would definitely start to fill that gap. If we decided to leave Meta alone for now and let it continue to cook, let's look at how we would have fared by selling covered calls. It's expiring next week if it hits the strike price that we sold the covered call at. You can see right here on NVIDIA, we would profit on this $923 total. The call away would have been responsible for 500 of it, and then the premium 250. Looking at Google, this was very exciting. We would actually have profited at $4,308. This isn't just a couple of weeks. The call away profit was the bulk of that at $3,500, and the premium was $203. Looking at Amazon, you would have enjoyed $4,128 in profit. The call away, vast majority of it at $3,500, and then you can see right here, $416 in premium. Here's Microsoft. We just got the premium, but now we do have all of this cash, $38,500 for additional trades since we were not assigned on Microsoft. Here's the Meta trade. This would be the premium that we received, that $3,894. That would be wonderful if we were called away at our 615 strike. However, we would actually more than likely get more than this because we would wait for it to recover a bit before we sold that covered call. So putting it all together, here's what you're looking at. If we started with the $116,000 of our $250,000 that we're using, we ended up with $125,600 due to the call away on August the 7th. That is, we would still be holding Meta at that point, but we'd have a lot of cash to work with for other trades. My total profit in that time frame would have been $9,600. Return on capital would be about 8% in that 2-week time frame. So that's pretty exciting when you think about that. Now, this does work best when you're getting these quality companies at low prices like a lot of my strikes were. And if you have a little bit of extra money on the side to continue to trade while you have an errant trade that maybe hasn't worked out yet, but it has hope for the future.
I hope you found that helpful and inspiring. Remember, if you want to better understand about generating income from your actual shares that you own, go ahead and make sure that you join us for the free training on Tuesday night. And for those of you that have been watching me for quite some time and you're just ready to jump into the community, I'd love to welcome you with open arms. I want to personally meet you next week. Remember, if you're with me trading with Ashley, there is no trader left behind. Now, just to make it easy for you, I'm going to leave the video that preceded the one I just went over, and it's the beginning part of the wheel strategy on sold puts. You can watch that right here.